Hey, why don't we sing a song, just like to raise our spirits?
Singing?
No singing!
Well, it works with little kids.
I hate to be the voice of cliche here, but are we there yet? And follow-up question, where are we even going?
Nowhere. We're on a literal road to nowhere. Come on inside.
Hey, it's not that bad. The sun is shining, the traffic is light, trouble is in the rear view.
And my ass is sore.
Hey man, let your home be the open road.
Our home is a cramped Popemobile that smells like Cheeto farts.
Hey, when is it my turn to drive?
Oh, just as soon as your backwards island nation never decided to drive on the wrong side to begin with.
At least I can drive stick.
Oh, shut up. Third gear, please.
Third gear,
Is it okay for Daniel to drive if he needs someone to work the stick?
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
I got us this far, didn't I? Someone passed me one of those sticky lint-covered lozenges out of the glove box.
Oh, we ran out of sticky fluff-covered lozenges a few miles back. I didn't want to say anything for morale purposes.
In other news, we lost a tire.
Don't distract me with the details, man. We still got 3 wheels out of 4. That'll get us at least 75% of the rest of the way there.
I'm no mechanic, but I'm really not sure it works that way.
And I'm pretty sure math doesn't work that way either.
Pull over right now.
Road to nowhere.
Oh, I can't believe this is happening.
Come on, guys.
What's going on?
Listen, it's not that bad, guys.
Should not have let Daniel drive.
Not that bad. Cinquistor's log. Situation remains dire. After several hours of fumbling around, we are no closer to fitting a spare tire. Supplies low, no food, no water, fluff-covered lozenges, or a bitter memory. Also, need to get a notebook or a tape recorder or something lacking any such materials. I am forced to just narrate my logs aloud while watching my fellow cultists. This is not the sign of a deranged mind.
Hey, what's Ethan doing?
I don't know, it's Inquisitor stuff. He's been talking to himself for an hour. Sign of a deranged mind.
Huh, you don't say.
Come on, Hope, lift! I have to get this flat off.
It's heavy!
Hey, I thought women under stress had superhuman strength. Dig down deep. Everyone, quick, put Hope under stress.
Stress.
Oh, hey, I got it.
I can't believe that worked. Why don't we have an actual tire iron?
I don't know. All I could find was this bendy metal thing with like a socket bit at the end.
What?
How hopeless they seem, like actors in a show written by an idiot who is probably French or something.
So, what's step 2?
We jack the car up and stick on a spare, I guess. So if you could just,
Oh no, forget it. I'm done. That superhuman strength under stress business is really only supposed to happen like if my children are in danger or something.
Hey, and what are we?
Being childish doesn't make you my literal children.
This is ridiculous. We're smart people. I mean, I am anyway. I can't get stranded and probably die of hunger just because of a stupid tire.
While being stared at by a lunatic, don't forget.
Their situation remains grim. Vultures probably everywhere, waiting. Always waiting until the time of waiting is over, before more waiting.
could you maybe add something more helpful?
Well, this does actually remind me of experimental postmodern surrealist dramedy Rubber, actually.
Is it dramedy or dramedy?
Yes.
But either way, we've got nothing better to do, so...
Dramatic.
Conclave?
Conclave.
Conclave.
Conclavio!
The conest of claves.
Stress! I mean, conclave.
Hey, why do you smell like lint-covered lozenges?
Along the baking blacktop of old Route 66, Fleeing the hellscape of New Jersey, a stolen Popemobile sputters. Past the saguaro, where tumbleweeds bounce and vultures circle. Lost in the desert due to an unexpected flat tire, low on fuel, out of supplies. The members of a secret society struggle to survive in a classic tale of man versus nature. All so they can scrutinize those films which are rumored to drive viewers to madness and dissolution. Draw closer, dear listener, let your trembling ears sup upon the eldritch knowledge of the Cinemania Society.
We the fellows of the lenses palm do convene to judge if this opera worthy of our esteem, or whether she cast down worthless hokum. Let us don our friends in judgment.
We the fellows.
And welcome to our listeners, to whom I will now issue this warning. We, disciples of the Cinemania Society, have studied the mysteries of the motion picture and meditated upon the silver screen for many years. Therefore, we have become inured to the films we scrutinize, which may contain hazards unsuitable to young and sensitive ears. As such, we advise anyone listening to do so with discretion. Guard your ears carefully, lest you develop a severe and irreversible case of cinemania. Present at our conclave tonight are
Scrutinizer Zachariah, guardian of the door.
Profligator Daniel, possessor of the word.
Auntie Hope, keeper of the books.
Professor Andrea, scholar of San Francisco.
And Verifier Andy, master illuminator.
I am Cinquistor Ethan, keeper of the lenses. I will be serving as Pontifex of Presentment for tonight's subject of scrutiny, Rubber, a film from 2010 directed by techno-EDM annoyancer Quentin Dupieux. Professor Andrea will act as master castigator for this conclave. Professor Andrea, present the charges.
Charges against the film Rubber include having a tired premise, solicitation of violence against various vermin and bits of garbage, unlicensed head explosions, criminal navel gazing, excessive binocular gazing, attempted fusion of French surrealism with American tropes, willfully making no sense with malice aforethought, failure to credit the lead actor, fourth wall on fourth wall violence, improper storage of a sheriff, negligent exploitation of an unaccompanied tire, blatant acknowledgement of nonsense, blatant denial of nonsense, application of more layers of reality than the Truman Show, vehicular homicide, trigger warnings, violence, extreme gore, nudity, cruelty to animals. How could you? And implied stalking.
Thank you, Professor Andrea.
So what are we supposed to do? Just stand here in the middle of the desert talking about a weird movie? Who would even do that?
Not us.
Damn right.
This is more prairie than a desert.
I have a quick question. You said failure to credit the lead actor. Does that mean not crediting the tire?
A tire?
Yeah.
I almost lost it there. I was like about to start crouching.
Silence, you fools! The conclave will begin! Brother Zachariah, begin the recounting.
We begin in a desert.
More a temperate zone plains region.
Silence!
We begin in a desert, where some nerd has been placing chairs haphazardly along the road. He seems pretty pleased with the job he's done. Then a police car comes down the road and mows the chairs down slowly and deliberately. The camera lingers on this wanton furniture assassination, which surely must mean the sequence is important. Once the last breakaway chair has been rendered to splinters of balsa, the trunk pops open, and a sheriff gets out to give us all a little speech. He points out that some things in movies happen for no reason at all. Why is E.T. brown? Why do the characters in Love Story fall in love? In JFK, why does the president get assassinated? Why does no one go to the bathroom in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No reason. The important thing to remember is that in all great films, just like in real life, there's always stuff that just happens for no reason. Everything that's about to happen in this upcoming film is an homage to no reason. Quite an opening.
It's the ultimate because fuck you. That's why.
That's fucking right. Turns out that this speech has an audience, a random group of people way off on a ridge. They are here, apparently, to watch the events of the movie as they are happening, through binoculars that the nerd conveniently provides. Yeah, that's handy.
Maybe the chairs were for them. What assholes.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what they're for. Yeah, that is exactly it.
So we're conclaving about a movie that is about people watching a movie, and the movie that the people are watching, which includes a sheriff talking about the nature of those silly people watching him in the movie, all at the same time, only it's not a movie, it's actually happening in front of them. And it's all for no reason.
This is too much already. So go on.
It's almost like it's by Christopher Nolan.
I was going to say, this seems like it even exceeds our bi-quadratic levels of cinemania seen in The Mouth of Madness.
Yeah, that's right.
No, this is too much already. I'm starting to feel despair.
You're just hungry.
I'm getting hungry for despair. That's even worse.
Is that worse than being hangry?
So here's the thing. In the middle of nowhere, for no reason at all, there's an abandoned car tire. Just sitting there, among all the various bits of garbage and trash that apparently have blown into the sand. Not so much to look at, you might think. The audience are already getting a bit restless. But suddenly, the tire starts to move. Slowly at first, it shifts a little in the sand and dust and pulls itself upright. This is a movie about that tire.
Tread carefully.
Shut up!
This is a really tired story.
Silence!
I misheard you, and I thought you were watching Flubber. You're making me want to see Flubber. That's an actual crime.
Be quiet!
Ooh, sorry to puncture your entire bit.
Obscure and labored. Pun overruled.
Well, I like it so far.
You do?
It's really good.
Hate you all. Moving on.
All right, so I will admit, the first time that somebody said, hey, let's watch this movie Rubber, I did not think it was about a tire.
Yeah. I accidentally downloaded the wrong Rubber.
You think it was a movie to watch with condiments?
So off of Pornhub, you're saying?
Maybe. All I'm going to say is the tire said, "What are you doing, step tire?"
Of course.
And, you know.
Oh, no. No. We are not going down that road. Please continue narrating.
All right. So the tire can just roll around on its own. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's science gone mad. Maybe there's no reason. The tire gradually learns how to roll really well. There's a lot of scenes of just the tire rolling around, falling over, getting up, practicing rolling some more, getting better at rolling.
It's like a kung fu training montage.
Yes, except without the kung fu and heavy on the montage. However, soon the tire runs into something. An empty plastic bottle. Gird your loins and pucker every orifice because things are about to go crazy town Nutzenberg. The tire tentatively rolls over the bottle, crushing it. This is an act of wanton destruction that has awakened something in the tire. Next, the tire discovers murder when a desert scorpion happens to pass the tire's tracks and is crushed too. Lastly, the tire encounters a half-buried glass bottle in the sand. This is more sturdy, and it will not break. Expressing pure, rubbery wrath, the tire wriggles, and with a classic piece of stock sound, causes the bottle to explode with telekinesis. Yes, this is happening now.
And let me tell you, it looks as masturbatory as you just sounded.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is probably one area
Come
where it
again?
overlaps with the the other rubber that Zach accidentally watched.
It's even got a little bit of that of like, some guy going at it under a blanket.
Sound.
Actually, now you mention it, is it too late to go and watch Flubber?
I'll cue it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, this is a moment of personal growth. In a 2001-esque series of lessons in almost complete silence, the tire is learning things about itself and the world around it. Specifically, that there are things around waiting to be crushed, and crushing is good.
It's like a toddler, a circular vulcanized toddler.
And there are things that don't crush, and that's when you just got to explode your problems away. This is basically one bad tire.
Is it truly a bad tire? I mean, doesn't the appetite for destruction lie in the heart of every person, every beast, every mode of transportation? The question is if we inflate that appetite with empty calories, or
Shut up. I told you we're out of lozenges, we're out of fluff, and we're certainly out of the combination of the two.
Well, was the tire always evil?
Is anything really evil?
Well, what is evil?
Was it born with the desire to destroy, or did it learn it along the way?
Well, I feel that this is the Garden of Eden moment the tire goes through, where it eats that first apple and learns about good and evil and chooses violence.
No, you and your religiosity. This is nature versus nurture. It is formed by its environment. If it never came
nurturing this tire? It is alone in nature. It is simply expressing its innate nature. No one is influencing it.
No, that's true. This is absolutely one of those like feral tire psychological experiments.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
basically just it's just a little bit hungry, and we're seeing the birth of the Uber Munchies.
So the tires
or is that an Uber Michelin?
Certainly a tire on a Michelin.
Oh my god! I'll tell you, it seems to be having a good year.
I don't know about Ethan, but I'll allow it.
All right.
This one really good fast.
Roll.
All right, you're tiring me out, guys.
I'm just going to say I'm having more fun with this than I had actually watching the movie. All right. The spectators we met before are following all this with the help of their binoculars, and they don't have any answers either. It seems whatever they came here expecting, this is probably not it. By the end of the day, the tire is getting pretty good at blowing shit up with the powers of its completely lack of sentient mind. But time has marched on. It's getting dark in the desert now. And so our hero lays down to rest. I guess he was
Don't say it.
somewhat worn out by all the excitement.
Wow, it's getting pretty dark. We can't just camp out in a broken down, stolen Popemobile. What are we going to do?
If I can take the fan belt, yes, and lash it around these branches, yes, okay.
Yeah, what you got?
Can we set it on fire? I'm cold.
Oh, don't get your you up, Hope. Disappointment and regret are always just around the corner.
Spoken like a true Englishman.
Yes, and done. Perfect. Well, it's not much. It's a little basic, sure. It'll work as a door.
That's it?
Hey, I'm the door guy. I've done my part. Who else can say that?
And hark, around the corner cometh our two old friends arm in arm once more like bosom chums. Why, it's disappointment and regret.
That's it. Somebody just pick a direction and we'll follow the road. It's a road. There has to be a gas station or a motel or something. Hop up, move it, let's go.
What about my door?
Put a sign on it. Out to lunch, back in 5 minutes or whatever. Come on, I'm freezing.
This isn't stopping the conclave. We will continue in the morning.
Society, back in 20, yours in crayon, Zachariah, guardian of the door.
If I
All
want
right,
to know about
got it.
this, I'm singing Conclave.
Please stop your
One of
hissing and
Conclave
moaning
is-
dirty for
can't
once.
even
My
walk.
profession.
Now I don't
I
know.
told you I walk.
Hold up. I reckon they come this way. What was your first clue? The broken down car we've been following? Who said that? Horse-ass face?
Nope.
Piss wagon?
Nope.
Goat cheese? I want a new name. Could be worse, just ask horse-ass face.
Are we
talking
taking
new names?
New names?
We ain't relitigating this shit now. Not when we're so close. Where are they?
Hey, check this out. Someone's left a note.
What's it say?
Out to lunch, back in 20 minutes. Why'd they leave it pinned to his shitty pile of steaks?
Who knows what some freak-ass ex-Cinemunicado are thinking? Can't wait to mess him up. Well, I guess they're waiting 5 minutes, boys. Get comfy.
Sure thing, Bone Skidoo.
Okay, maybe we can relitigate a little.
Yeah, motel, sweet motel, I guess.
I would not describe this pineapple-covered wallpaper as sweet.
And how do you know that?
No reason.
Ugh, dude, this is a motel, not Willy Wonka's fucking chocolate factory. Don't lick shit.
Especially in a motel.
Sorry.
This will do. We only had enough for one room, so I'll take the large, luxurious bed with electric massage function. The rest of you build a series of nests or pillows and blankets or whatever on the floor.
Dibs on leaning against the door.
Dibs on the phone book. Clark Nova can chew that up into a nice, cozy nest.
You can do that shit yourself, meatbag.
Well, it's better than spending the night outside, I guess. Shitty motel beats freezing desert night.
I thought it was a quasi-temperate grassy plain zone.
Whatever. It's out there and we're in here and not in it, and that's all I care about.
Listen, in the name of our dark bargain, I demand a comfy blankie and a cup of cocoa.
I got it, just a small freedom of my dark bargain's better.
Okay, well, the front desk said they've got a spare that'll work for us, so tomorrow we can head back to the car and get rolling again.
Since we're all feeling warm and relaxed, on with the conclave. Continue the reading while I get all snuggly wuggly.
Got your electric vibro bed.
What kind of hotel is this?
Morning in the desert, and the tire wakes up. As much as an inanimate piece of rubber can do that. It rolls off for further adventures, while the nerd who seems to be running things rather rudely wakes up the spectators who spent the night in sleeping bags. Talk about commitment to cinema watching. Folks grumble about the lack of facilities and they're getting hungry. I mean, they thought ahead to bring sleeping bags, but no one packed food. What were they thinking?
Priorities.
But where the tire goes, they have to follow. After stopping at a pool of water to wet its whistle.
Do tires even drink water? I mean, how do they even drink water? It has no orifice? Orphy?
Biologically speaking, I think they skid.
Must you all be so literal? Shut it.
Anyway, after a brief pause to explode a poor rabbit, the tire's in high spirits as it rolls on its merry way. Soon, however, it comes to a road, and there's a pretty young girl in a convertible just driving along, minding her own business. For inscrutable reasons of its own, the tire decides to gear up for a psychic attack. It somehow causes her car to stall out, and the tire approaches slowly, relishing the moment. But, in a stroke of luck, a pickup truck happens to shoot past and knock the tire to the side. With the tire's concentration broken, the girl is able to restart her car and she gets away, never knowing how close she came to rubbery fury.
Was it just me, or was there anyone else at the rabbit park saying, "No, not the poor bunny"?
Oh yeah. The animal murder is really well done from a practical
It's very
perspective,
wanton.
and really upsetting.
Yeah, especially about the crow. That made me mad.
Yeah.
It's just so unnecessary. Like, there's no lead up to it or anything. It's just, oh look, there's something. I'm going to explode it.
Yeah, they really commit to exploding vermin.
Crows are not vermin.
They commit to exploding anything that crosses the path of this tiger.
Yeah, it's an analogy for how we just run over things nimbly-bimbly in our cars all the time. All the roadkill on the side, you think the tires care? No, it's just another dead bird, another dead rabbit.
We can't handle another layer of metaphor here. Forget it.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
going to go
up
back
to
to
at least
it's
a
happening
sixth
for no
wall break.
reason. Let's just go back to the no reason, just because.
All right, now reason.
Because fuck the rabbit, that's why.
Yeah, pretty much.
The driver of the truck stops for gas, and the tire's close behind. It hasn't forgotten that this guy gave it a really rough nudging before. And while the driver's getting ready to drive away, the tire straight up blows his head apart with psychic force. The tire has killed its first human, and the taste of blood is fresh in its rubbery little mouth. This is where our plot takes a hard swerve to the left.
God damn it!
And now for our anti-lock hero.
God damn it!
Tread carefully.
God, no. Never mind.
The tire's gone from roaming road rager to singularly obsessed stalker. It comes to a cheap motel where the girl has taken a room, rolls up to the slightly open door, and nudges itself inside.
And this is why you got to know what your door situation is like at all time, guys.
I'm not arguing. Someone else, please argue.
I mean, I agree. Like, why does she leave the door open? That only ever happens in the movies.
No AC.
Yeah, I mean, don't want to be victim blaming or anything here, but who showers with all the doors open?
No reason.
Hey, Zach, when's a door not a door?
What are you talking about? You can't undoor a door.
When it's ajar.
At least it's not a tire pun.
There is that.
Yeah.
It at least.
I had to do it. Anyway, inside the motel room, the girl's taking the kind of open-door, fully nude shower that's frankly the least bizarre thing to happen so far. The tire gets an eyeful. The tire full? I don't know. It's obviously watching. And the spectators are watching too. Remember them? We wish we didn't. They comment on her relative hotness, which is even skeevier given it's an actual crowd of people following her with binoculars. Maybe this is how we should see ourselves when we watch people on TV and talk about them? Maybe it's a metaphor? Maybe it's an excuse to get the young lady into the shower for no reason?
Maybe she should have had a door guardian. Huh?
It seems
Too
particularly
many
French
layers.
to me.
Rather than wanting to explode her, the tire seems to be almost affectionate. But she has no idea and just closes the door when she notices it got bumped open. She settles in for the night, and we cut back to the complaining audience. They're getting very hungry now, and it seems like there's no meal service coming. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to anyone, the nerd who's been herding the spectators around is staying much more comfortably in another of the motel rooms.
So is he a nerd herder?
Scruffy-looking nerd herder. He gets a phone call and speaks to a mysterious master person who's never going to be identified or explained or even referenced again. They discuss a mysterious plan for the morning that apparently involves the live turkey sharing this room with him, a suitcase full of sinister-looking bottles and vials, and carving knives. Could be harmless. As the next day dawns, the nerd leaves the hotel with a sack in hand and wakes up the audience again. He upends the sack and presents them. By present, we mean dumps into the dirt in front of them. He upends the sack and presents them with an unrecognizable lump of meat that we must assume is the freshly cooked turkey from the night before. The spectators are so hungry they fall on it like a pack of ravenous animals. And once again, it seems like this is probably quite symbolic of something. I guess the moral of the story is don't be the turkey?
Am I the only one who saw the turkey in the hotel room and was thinking, no, not the turkey?
It's pretty much every animal in this movie. It's like, no, not the fill in the blank.
No, not at all. I immediately assumed it was a sex thing.
To the original intention of the title, rubber.
Gobble, gobble.
Does he need to be warned? Can you get diseases from a turkey? Transmissible diseases?
Listen, I gotta go see my doctor. I've got salmonella in a place you shouldn't get salmonella.
The back of a Volkswagen?
And the master, it made me think that he was a vampire or something.
As it happens, the only person who isn't eating is an older guy in a wheelchair. He has the look of a grizzled veteran and he wants nothing to do with this day's breakfast. He seems to suspect foul play.
Much better. That, comrades, is a pun you can crow about.
Oh, cock-a-doodle don't.
I'll show you your cock-a-doodle doom.
Now you're mixing your birds.
That pun was a real turkey.
So far, the mysterious turkey-flinging nerd and the girl have stayed the night in the motel, but it turns out the tire has moved in too. When a maid starts cleaning one of the rooms, she discovers the tire in the shower, apparently enjoying an early morning wash after leaving filthy tread marks all over the sheets. Naturally, she assumes that some maniac dumped a spare tire in the bathroom and tosses it outside. The tire will remember this treatment. That's no way to get a good review on TripAdvisor.
Admittedly, it did leave skid marks all over the sheets, so, you know.
It rolls right back on in to remonstrate with the maid. This time, someone actually notices it moving of its own accord. A teen boy who runs to tell the owner of the motel, who's presumably his dad? His uncle? Future clone? Unclear. Either way, they're somehow related. But no one wants to hear about this weird tires, and he's dismissed for talking rubbish.
I can't argue this one. That's actually in the movie. Even they can't help themselves. But I do want to point out that this is supposed to be set somewhere in the American Southwest, and I don't think I've ever heard an American call garbage rubbish.
There were actually quite a few points in this movie where you could tell that they weren't American English speakers. Because the kid says, instead of saying he's on summer vacation, he says, I'm on holidays.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, you can tell that the script was not written by an American.
It's a tale told by a Frenchman, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Okay.
That's what we like to call le bullshit.
We return to the tire, just chilling in its room and watching TV over the very sploded maid. The young lady heads outside for a swim in the motel pool, so the tire rolls over to watch. All thoughts of murder now seem replaced by some other inexplicable rubbery motive. After she leaves, the tire plops into the pool and just hangs around on the bottom like a French New Wave protagonist, having one of those good long underwater thinks about the ennui of life or some shit.
Or because tires can't float.
Not without an inner tube, I guess. As they watch the events unfold, one spectator after another starts to feel a bit ill. It starts with stomach pains, but soon becomes more serious. One after another, the entire group keels over. Remember the guy in the wheelchair from before? He helpfully informs the others that the turkey must have been poisoned because, no shit, but he came for a show and he is damn well gonna get one. No early poisoning death for him, no sir.
He does pledge that they won't get away with this. Not that he's doing anything to stop them, maybe he just means he won't let them get away with making the film shorter than it needs to be.
Right. It's like, I'm not going to let you get away with not having an ending.
So the boy returns to the room where the tire was staying and finds the remains of the earlier maid-splosion. That's enough to earn a call to the cops at least. And soon, they're swarming the place led by the same sheriff from the start, who told us all not to worry about the meaninglessness.
See, I'm not sure if I should trust him less because he climbed out of the fucking trunk, or if the fact that his name is Sheriff Chad.
Would you have preferred if he was Sheriff Virgin?
I mean, he climbed out of that trunk like it was nothing. He just pops right out.
No reason.
Trademark.
The boy tries to explain that this was all the tire's doing, but once again, nobody's buying it. After all, it's just a tire, sitting there harmlessly, notably not exploding anyone at the moment. The sheriff is remarkably calm for someone investigating a spontaneous human head explosion, and soon the reason becomes clear when his watch beeps. He remarks that it's been 6 hours, poison's had time to work, and the spectators should be dead, so there's no point in everyone acting like they're in a movie anymore.
Oh, he's just so complicit. I wonder if he's the master the dude called.
That's what I took, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You know, there's no direct implication of it, but there's also no any other hints whatsoever, so he could be, or they could both be working.
There's nothing
for the
contradicting
master.
it.
Ambiguity is the medium in which we practice.
No reason.
Yeah, this all just got a whole extra layer of meta. Time to get some sleep. After all that, we need to go and lie down.
Oh, listen, if anyone knocks, check the peephole before you open the door. If it's some guy sporting a hairdo like a Playmobil figure, standing there in his stocking feet, do not answer it. He is definitely an assassin.
Okay, friendo.
What a beautiful morning. I, for one, slept wonderfully.
Ugh. Speak for yourself. How many electric massages did you have?
I had to use all of the remaining quarters. We'll have to live off the land from now on. See if you can scavenge a plate of Eggs Benedict and some bacon.
Off the land?
I'd settle for brioche and jam.
Stay focused, guys. We got a spare tire. We got tools. We can get moving again as soon as we find the car.
Is a Popemobile actually a car? I thought it was a van.
I think if you're getting technical, it's a crossover SUV.
I feel like we've been walking a lot longer than we did last night. How is that even possible? That's not even how geography works.
There it is. Hey, what's that? Are those people?
Yes, poor bastards. Looks like they spent the night out here and froze solid. The temperate grassy prairie can be brutal at night.
Prairie hell? This is a desert.
It's a prairie.
Oh, come on! That's a fucking saguaro cactus over there. Do I have to get David Attenborough on the line?
Must you name drop that poor man at every opportunity?
Huh. Looks like they saw the sign we left on Zach's makeshift door and just waited? That's stupid.
See? Perfectly functional door.
Without any perfectly functional walls?
Well, what do? Just leave them here?
Well, I mean, we could,
Please don't say eat them.
Oh, I got nothing then.
Rob them of anything remotely valuable first?
Spot on. Yes, I'm definitely not interested in Long Pig. Go right ahead. Onwards to further Conclave glory.
That episode of the Cinemania Society was written, produced, and performed by Andy Slack, Andrea Palladino, Daniel Scribner, Zachariah Burks, Hope Bravo, and Ethan Ireland. Sound design, mixing, mastering, and editing by Ethan Ireland. Music by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Sound effects and incidental music courtesy of Epidemic Sound. Visit our social media feeds on Facebook, Twitter, X, at TCS_Cinemania, Instagram at The Cinemania Society, and Reddit at r/The Cinemania Society. If you like what you've heard, please visit us on Patreon and send us a donation because making podcasts is not free. Seriously though, we don't disrespect you by running commercials, and we put a lot of effort into this show. We're worth at least the price of a cup of coffee, come on. The Cinemania Society is a product of the Cinemania Society, LLC.